Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a brilliant day. Everyone's got that I can feel that sort of weekend feeling, you know, bubbling up from everyone. It is Friday afternoon and we have got an amazing... Johnny's suggesting that might be my lunch. No, it's definitely not my lunch, Johnny. We have definitely got an amazing launch coming up for you here on Crafters TV with some brand new gorgeous sentiments. A great deal. The other thing is this new launch goes so well with so many other items that we've got other really great deals for you in the show. I'm going to take you through all of that throughout the course of the next couple of hours. I say we, of course I'm not here on my own, she's back. Debbie Robinson is here. I'm loving the hair, Debbie, as well. First time I've seen the lighter hair.
the light hair. I've been trying to get it lighter and lighter. It's a long process.
Yeah, it looks
it's not
fabulous.
It's done overnight. It's a long process, but finally got there, and yeah, and then just had my roots done, because if you'd seen me a few days ago, about 3 days ago, the root line was coming. I call it the skunk line.
The what line?
The skunk line.
All right.
Yeah, did you get me?
Why a skunk line?
Because you know in a skunk where it's black and it's got the white stripe?
Ah, yes.
It's the opposite end, the skunk line, going down the centre part in there. So we just had those touched up, and yeah, we're getting there. Trying to get rid of the brassy blonde, I'm not going to lie, a little bit of a Bet Lynch going off, trying to get rid of the brassy bits. But it'll get there. It'll get there. It's been a long process, but I'm finally getting to where I want it to be. And then do you know what's going to happen?
What?
Autumn and winter's going to come, and I'm going to be like anchoring after me colour.
You want to go darker again?
I can just feel it in my bones. I just know it's coming on, but we'll see how it goes for a little bit. It's quite nice being blonde.
You look lovely. Do they have more fun, Debbie?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
Excellent. Well, I mean, you couldn't have more fun than a brand new launch, could you?
And you know what? This is I'm going to say, I said it this morning, it's not an all singing, all dancing kind of launch. We have lots and lots of items in this. This is what I call a steadfast staple that you should have in your crafty stash, because it's all about sentiments. Now, a few weeks ago, we fetched out the everyday ones. This is the festive ones, and these are our fancy sentiment dies and stamps, which offer you a sentiment and the die form, but for gift tags, for gift bags, for card making, for anything you want to add that touch, that little finishing touch to, this is the set for you. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you through my little mix that we're going to be making through this show to show you the kind of things that you're going to make it onto. So of course you can take it in. And it's one of those that goes across the whole of your Christmas collections. Do you remember the winter whites that we had on last year?
What a great collection that was.
Blink and you missed them. That fast that collection went. But you can do this with any of your Christmas collections, any of your Christmas papers, and can I just tell you, on Tuesday with Leanne, the most beautiful paper pads are about to drop, and she's going to be with those on Tuesday. So these are going to go across the board for any kind of Christmas collection. So you've got your sentiment with the stamp there, so the stamp and the die, and that other stamp there, Merry Christmas. That's the sentiment. Doesn't need to say anything else. Doesn't need to say anything else other than what it says on that tin. Then you can have a little play around with them. Love a good bell, love a good jingle bell, and jingle, jingle, all the way jingle, but jingle all the way. But you can just have a little play with them and create some lovely backgrounds. What about your box making? So we're going to make this lovely little box, a little slider, well actually it's not a slider box, it's a slider belly band, that you can then add on your season's greetings. Doesn't need to say anything else other than what it says on the tin. Gotta have a little shaker. I'm with you, Joe. Gotta have a little bit of a
How cool is that?
A shaker card. And of course, the Let It Snow is there. Absolutely fabulous. And then we've got some fabulous dies that are on the show in the form of our interlace. I don't know how many we've got left because I've just seen they're hanging by a thread. But some fabulous interlace dies that we're going to have a little play on as well. And believe in the magic of Christmas. How beautiful is that?
Yeah, and
these are a must-have selection of sentiments for any Christmas occasion, and any Christmas card, any Christmas tab, any Christmas cracker. Make your crackers. Have these sentiments
You'd
on
be crackers
there.
to miss this deal.
Absolutely, you would. Yeah, absolutely crackers.
And the great thing is, I think, as you've displayed there, they go across so many different styles of project that you want to create. They go across so many different collections that you've already got in your stash. They are that one sentiment set that's going to be able to slot in nicely with everything you already own, which I think is brilliant and makes them such great value for money. I'll take you through what you're getting in just a second. Lots of you tuning in and saying hello already. Eileen is saying good morning. Eileen Hernandez. Vicky is here as well. She's doing a bit of quilling as well. I love that. Karen's in Scotland. Sarah Brown's back from Australia. Carletta's in Arkansas. Who else we've got? Eleanor is saying hi, as is Michelle and Astrid. Shadia's in too. Joseph, why are you such a giddy prince today? I don't know why I'm a giddy prince today, Shadia. We're just in one of those we've got one of those sort of happy Friday moods going on. Melanie's in from Florida as well. Lillian wants to know what all this chatter is about new paper pads, Debbie.
Oh, well, there's a little bit of a secret going off where people have been watching, because I've been using them over the last few days.
You have?
Oh, God, I'm going to get into literally.
Was it one of those ones from earlier?
No.
Right, okay.
And do you know what I've done with this? I haven't used one, because over the past few days when I've been here, I may have introduced the paper pads by default. Can I just say, by default, a lot of the lovely viewers are keeping it stum. They're not going to tell her.
Well, I think the cat's out the bag.
But there's two new brand new, I'm going to say it, two new brand new 12 by 12 paper pads that are about to hit you at Crafters TV. Not hit you, but hit you and drop here at Crafters TV. And our lovely Leanne's got them in the launch party. Who knows, maybe Corin's got a sneaky peek earlier on in the day. Just saying, maybe tune in on Tuesday. Going to be a
Tuesday.
Wait till you see them.
Oh, well, I can't wait. I'm really excited. I don't know anything about them. I'll be probing Debbie after the show to find out all about those. Let's have a look firstly then at this brand new launch for you, these gorgeous new sentiments. As we were talking about earlier, you use the stamps on their own, use the die with the stamps, build it up, add dimension, which is going to add interest. The happy holidays you can only get from us here at Crafters TV. So if you want to get your hands on that particular one, you will need to shop with us directly. We then have this one here, which is your Merry Christmas. You will receive Let It Snow. This one here is Jingle All the Way, and you will get Believe in the Magic of Christmas. So really usable sentiments. The great thing is as well, we've given you a 20% discount straight out of the bat, which is amazing considering this is a brand new launch today. It's wonderful that you are getting one of them for free, which is absolutely excellent. Now there's loads of other stuff available under the Shop the Show and the Shop the Day pages. We've got some brilliant items from Cartload last night that we've brought forward, and there's also loads of other items in the show which will work brilliantly with these particular sentiments. So do go and check that out over on the website craftscompanion.co.uk.eu. I'll be taking you through some more of that very, very shortly. But I believe we're going to go over to Debbie and dive right in. There's so many different ways of using these, Debbie, isn't there?
Well, the thing is, it's like I said, I'm not going to tell you that this is a collection that has got jazzans, literally, honestly, sparkling loads of tons of different things. These are a useful, must-have, literally a must-have, sentiment to add to all your styles of card making, all your different folds that you create that we teach you here, you know, on our I'm going to say videos then, on our classes, on our shows, where we teach you all sorts of different kinds of styles of cards. These are the sentiments that you will then add to those kind of things. Or maybe you love your gift bags or your gift boxes at Christmas because you make your own. I make my own. You can ask my family members. I make them every year. For whether it's birthdays or Christmas, they get gift boxes. And these are the sentiments that you're going to add on to them. So they may not be all singing and all dancing, but they are absolutely fantastic. And a definite must-have. Everybody should have these dies in their crafty stash. They've got a beautiful font to them as well, Joe. They've got that lovely fancy font to them. And when I say fancy, this lovely, almost like a brush lettering kind of technique that goes around. All that lovely stuff. I can't do that. I could try, but I'm not going to lie. I'd probably struggle to get it that lovely, even and beautiful script-like effect. You've got the Christmas that goes with it as well, but then you've got the die that and this is what makes them stand out a little bit, because it's offering you different things. Obviously your Christmas one, you can just literally put the background and then add your Merry too, but you've got the die that then cuts it out for you as well. So they're a very useful set. We'll give you a little bit of inspiration on the front cover of there as well. When I say that these aren't all singing and dancing, they don't have to be. You've got lots of things from embossing folders to papers, and like I said, different styles of cards that you can add. You may have got some poinsettias from previous collections or winter roses from other collections, or you could go over to the website right now and find all those things ready available. But they are really a simple, useful, heartfelt greeting made with style, because that's what that is. It's stylish, and they are fancy. I love the fanciness to them.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're so easy to use, and I said this earlier, get yourself some cardstock, get yourself your little die cutting machine, get some stamps, or some ink pads, sorry. I'm using the Pine Tree Quick Dry, but you can use quick dry ink pads, you can use your pigment opaque pigment ink pads, and create a lovely heat emboss technique as well. Lots of things that you can do with them, lots of things that you can stamp onto, from multi-purpose cardstock to vellums to acetate. You'll need a permanent ink if you're doing that, or the pigment opaque pigment ink pad again, sorry, and heat emboss it to set it to the acetate. You'll find all those things ready available again, like I said, on that website. We're going to keep it really nice and simple to start with, and I'm going to use one of my, I say my favourite styles of cards. I think I'm going to have to say it's our Sarah's favourite style of card, which is a double Z fold card. Going to use my mini machine. I've got my mini folder. I've got myself a little scrap of paper. These aren't overly massive dies. In that, I mean that they're a really very visible die, a very visible size, but really nice to add to projects.
And I think that's part of what makes them so versatile as size, isn't it?
Exactly.
Add multiples and build them up, make them a focal point, but they're just nice to go on anything. I mean, you know I love a tag, Debbie. They would make great additions to any kind of tag.
Tags, yeah, absolutely great tags that you're going to be able to use these for as well. Absolutely anything. I absolutely, do you know we've got that tag punch? The tag punch that you could use, and then add one of these onto the top. Tags all done, all done and dusted, one fell swoop. So I've got my little Mary sign cut out, and then we're going to use, and I'm going to show you, I'm die cutting first, then stamping into these. You find a way that works for you. I'm going to use my little stamping platform. I've got the 4x4 here and my stamping mat. Again, if you haven't got one, these are, again, crafty essentials. I'm saying crafty essentials, it's the basic toolkits. Having the correct stamping mats, the stamping platform, having the right inks, all these things will complement these collections really very well. And again, like I said, ready available on our website. So I'm going to pop that down onto my platform. I'm going to then ink this up. Now, this isn't a box fresh one, it's one that I used earlier. You can prime your stamps by popping over our watermark translucent clear ink pad over to the top to coat it, and then put your ink pad over the top, and it just creates the perfect smooth stamp that's already primed. I'll show you that later on as we go in the show, but for first off, we're going to just get in there, pop on our sentiment, go over the top. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer to me, Joe, only because these counters are a little bit high for little short bottoms like myself. And I'm going to stamp straight into there, cover that all up. There we go, all the way across, knock that off, and there you go. And again, proof is in the pudding with the quick dry, no smudge, nothing's moving, it's instantly dry, and not on my finger. It's absolutely fabulous, and again, precise, neat, done and dusted, literally in seconds, one pass of the machine. This is why I was saying on a night time, get your little mini on your lap tray, or your little table. I've got like a little picnic table in mine.
Yeah, perfect.
Stick that on there, run through loads of these, stamp loads, stick them in a box or a bag, ready to go when you need to add that sentiment to your finished projects. Absolutely phenomenal. Just going to give that a little quick clean though, Joe. I like to do a little bit of cleaning and tidying as I go along.
Gilmore says that between Loose Lips Joe, how very rude, Loose Lips Joe, my lips are not loose, and exuberant giddy crafter Debbie, I think we should get a bunch of sneaky previews of upcoming launches. I mean, we'd love to. We'd love to be able to, wouldn't we?
Oh my, do you know, that'd be my absolute dream. I really do have to stay tight-lipped. I get to see, obviously being working here, I get to see things. I don't get to see everything, but I get to see things. I got banned from Leanne's cupboard once.
Oh no.
Only because I absolutely love that cupboard. Can I just tell you? It's the cupboard where I see everything that's coming up like nearly for the next 6 months. It's just, and I have to stay tight-lipped.
Oh dear.
Literally tight-lipped. Not to divulge what's coming up. We always have amazing products here at Crafters Companion. I am always going to be giddy. I don't think I'll ever lose that giddiness. I'm like a kid at Christmas, or a kid in a candy shop, whichever way you like. I am so excited. I get really excited about, I mean, we do some amazing things, but to get to see what's coming up gets the excitement building, so that when I do come to launch them, I'm absolutely, genuinely meaning this, just can't wait to show you. The enthusiasm is real, because I'm a crafter at heart and I love bringing new products. whether they be all jazz hands or whether they be the must-haves, and these are a must-have, and that's why you need these in your life. Very easy to use. I'm not even finished because I've got my little Christmas pop on there, and that's all you're going to do. You're going to stamp up your little Christmas. Let me just pop mine. I've got mine already here because I want to keep this nice punchy show. Let's keep going until we get all our demos done, and that's just been stamped in the same one using this Christmas stamp, using that same colour, but I've just cut that out myself and mounted it onto some of the winter white paper. I've still got some left, would you believe? And some of our silver, this is the luxury silver card packs that we have on the show as well. So I'm going to bring in all my little pieces, all my little doobie-doo pieces that I've got already, all pre-cut. Let's pop those all on there, move that out of the way. Got bits hanging everywhere. So I'm going to use a double Z-fold card. Now my card base is at 5 3/4, so this is an A4 piece of cardstock that has been scored down the centre. I've also scored it in at the other notch before 3, the track before 3 on your scoreboard. Yeah. It's the track before 3, or if you're using your Ultimate Pro, it's the half fold off. That's your half fold A4. That's the next one down, and you'll see it. I'll show you in a second where I can grab it. Let's bring it in so I can show you what I mean, because this is an ingenious thing. I know it's not on the show, but it's a must-have. Honestly, go over to the website. So you go on the A4 half fold, and then you go onto the gatefold half fold, or the concertina A4, and it puts it down there perfectly, precisely for you, so that you've got the precise folds where you need for a double Z fold card. It is absolutely fabulous. One of my must-have go-to hero tools that I don't think I could live without now. Not going to lie, I don't think I could live without my Ultimate Pro, because I use it for all. Anybody who knows me, well, they'll all tell you, I make all my own folds myself. I don't go out and buy them. I make everything myself from scratch.
Which, I mean, you can go out and buy them, but why would you when you've got that machine, when you've got that tool that does it for you so simply and easily?
I used to, Joe, that's the thing, I used to.
Really?
Even when I had it, I am one of those guilty people that used to put it under the shelf or on the bottom of the well, I'll be totally honest, hid it away and couldn't find it because the craft room got a little bit overwhelming. And then I thought, why am I buying card blanks? Why am I buying envelopes? And I've got a tool that does all that for me. I don't do it now. I've got other things I want to spend my money on, like things like this. That's what I want to spend my money on. Can make my own. Buy the multi-purpose cardstock, which, sneaky peek, that I'm allowed to say because Leanne revealed the other week, Joe, worked with you the Wednesday, we are getting A3 multi-purpose cardstock. I can say it out loud now because Leanne's already divulged that, so I'm not doing anything wrong. Can't get into any trouble.
But you know what? Who cares about getting in trouble? I reckon we should make the executive decision that we should just have a little bit of a sneak peek of those paper pads in the later masterclass, Debbie.
Oh,
they're not available.
Honestly,
but I think we should just, me and you should just, we'll take the fall. We'll just make the executive decision. There you are. You'll have to join us for masterclass. You want to see them?
Let me just tell you, when Leanne said, because I got really excited, because that was one that I didn't know was coming. That was one of the launches that I didn't know was coming. And I just said to her, is there any chance, Leanne? I thought, I'll ask the question that the people have been asking. Put myself out there, I'll ask that question. And I said to her, is there any chance we can have some A3 papers, multi-purpose cardstock? And she went, Debbie, it's on its way. And then when she told me when it was coming, we're talking a matter of, probably going to say a couple of weeks now, is what I'm going to say to you. So that is how long you've got to wait for that to
Keep your eyes peeled for that. A lot of people talking about heat embossing with these, Debbie. Miriam says heat embossing with metallic inks would look absolutely fabulous. It would. And Carrie saying these would look so elegant, either foiled or heat embossed. Absolutely, I think both of those options would be great. Yeah, gilding flakes. Don't forget, if you've got your gilding flake, do you know that lovely stamping tool? Could you stamp it with sticky ink? The liquid glue. Nice. Stamp with your liquid glue. So you'd put on the back of your stamp, you'd put the liquid glue onto it, stamp it as normal. It'll look invisible, but believe you me, when you rub your gilding flakes over the top, you've got a beautiful stamp sentiment there. Oh, that would be beautiful. Absolutely. And well worth it because you've got that lovely foiled effect. So I've put my, this is multi-purpose silver cardstock. Normally on here, because I'm going to be covering it up, I would have gutted that out. And I say gutting, I just mean removing, like you could use one of your nesting dies to remove out the centrepiece. But I didn't do it on this occasion. I am using some of that winter white cardstock. I know we don't have it in stock as such anymore. So many people do have it though, don't they? Absolutely. Some of you will have this, some of you won't, because it was one of those blink it. I think it came and went in one day. You what, sorry? It came and went in a day. It did, yeah. So, but you've got lots of Christmas papers in your collection.
And if we saw gorgeous, if you caught the Wake Up Call show this morning, you will have seen our lovely Christine Mahoney, who is, we call her the paper pad queen, but she actually shared with us her beautiful craft room. And we did say in this show, didn't we, in the launch show, we're very interactive here at Crafters TV, and we can now show pictures again. So I hope George doesn't mind, because it's gone very quiet in me here. Is this okay? Is this okay? Fabulous. So I want you to send in your craft...
More crafty space ones?
Yes, please. Crafty space. Doesn't have to be a craft room, can be a craft space. I openly shared this morning when I first started crafting for many a year. I sat at a Christmas table, a kitchen table.
A kitchen table.
A kitchen table. And I crafted from my kitchen table for many a year. I had all my drawers and everything tucked away in one of the corners of my bedroom. I had it tucked away in the corner of my kitchen. Blocked the door for a while until I got into trouble. I thought, no, I've got to move that because that's not good. So I've been there. So I've had no crafty space at all. So I totally understand. But share your pictures. Let's see where you're crafting from. Let's see
that would be lovely.
Craft spaces. Absolutely.
Rachel, our social media superstar, says, not a chance of seeing my craft room / office at the Mo. Oh, I wonder why that is, Rachel.
Well, our lovely Rachel, well, she's one of our social media superstars, isn't she? But she's also on our design team. So perhaps that's why she can't show.
Maybe.
Perhaps
Maybe there's top secret stuff there.
Perhaps there is top secret stuff there. Who knows what she's got on that table.
If you do want to pop us a picture, studio@craftscompanion.co.uk, you can see the details are there along the bottom of your screen, and we'll try and show some of those during this show.
So on my double Z fold card, so I showed you how to do the main base of it. Just all I did for this one was cut a piece of strip. Now this is entirely up to you how you cut your strip. I actually cut it from an A4 sheet. This is the remainder that was left from my A4 sheet when I cut it to 5 3/4. So it's actually a full A4 sheet where I've got this from. So the folds are in the same place, but I'll show you how you pop that together because it is when I've decorated this. But I've just used the other side of that matching paper, and I took it from the 12 by 12 pad because you can make it go a little bit further.
I guess if you got all that out of one sheet then, Debbie.
I did, yeah, all out of one sheet, and I had some spare as well.
One sheet does plenty, doesn't it?
It does indeed. So I'm just going to pop that on, and then all we're going to do is we're just going to reverse that. And that's how you stick to get your double Z fold card. And you can stick it in the middle, you can stick it at the top, you can stick it at the bottom, you can stick it wherever you want. I'm going to go around about a third up is what I'm going to do with this one, because I've got my sentiments ready to go on. I've got some decorations because I actually did use the Winter Whites flowers, but we've got lots of flowers in our collection. Again, think about what you already own in your collection to how these sentiments are going to work and tie in with these, because that's what it's all about. These are the sentiments that will finish this off. This is just cardstock and paper in a fold of a card. And again, really, really quite simple and easy to use. To create my Z fold, I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just on this side. And then on the other side, instead of, I'll just show you what I mean by this, I'm going to turn it this way, lay it flat, and then I know where to put my glue. So again, another little bit of a top tip. You could, of course, pop it on this panel underneath as well, but it just means that when I pop this on now, and I'm going to start with this end, so we're going to go in about a third up. I think I might be happy with that. And before I actually fold it, let's just make sure I've got that right, lay it out flat, and then and you can centralise it, but you can see visually where you're popping that, and then just place that on, stick that down, and you've got your Z fold card done. Beautiful. With these, and it just shows you, again, these are just little top tips. So then we'll pop our now then, have I got my 3D colour glue to hand?
Lillian says I only have a no space craft space. There you are.
Space.
Yeah, it must be well packed. A lot of love coming in for that winter white as well. Vicky says my craft room at the minute is full of everybody else's junk. We can't be having that. Oh, and Carlette says one of my cats got into my craft room and has caused an avalanche. Oh no, that sounds like a right nightmare. I'm
laughing, but I know what that's like. I've told you a couple of times in that craft room of previous, it was like an avalanche came down on me and I got stuck.
Really?
I had to cry for help.
Oh dear.
That's when you know, you've got a problem and you know you've got to get it sorted. Hence why Operation Craft Room had to take place, because it happened to me on 2 occasions. One occasion I was on my own and I couldn't get out. I literally was trapped in my own crafty, it was a crafty nightmare. I'm going to say it as it is. The other time, and I had to call my sister. Joking aside, called my sister. I went, "Dog, can you come and help me because I'm stuck?" And she did. God love her. And that's when she said, "Debbie, you get this sorted." She went, "Oh, we're not talking ever again," because it was a bit of a mess. So yes. Now I'm just trying to find my chunky glue because it's disappeared, and my tube, I've let it run empty and not filled it up. So I'll sort that out in a second. But I'm just going to add on. Poker tool, yep, poker tool. Get rid of that top bit of. Has someone let this dry out?
I'll send my craft from.
Dear.
Are you blocked?
Yeah, I'm blocked. I'm going to have to ask lovely. If our Jake's around, could he get hold?
I think with it being so warm at the moment,
yeah, and
it
I'm
tends
just
to happen
thinking,
quite
and
easily,
because
doesn't it?
when you're using this glue is fabulous. One of my favourite glues. In fact, I'm going to say it is my favourite glue. But you've got these keys. You need to make sure when you are, and I don't think that's what's happened previously. I don't think it's just the hot weather, Joe. You need to make sure the glue is over the end before you put your top on.
Right.
Because what's happened is hair's got into this and it's stopped it, and I can feel the solidness. That's got to go in the bin because there's nothing I can do with this anymore. It's not moving. It's not coming.
I've got visions of it exploding like a pimple popper there.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I promise you it won't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get a little bit of longevity out because there is a little bit of glue, can you see, still in here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to go in and I'm going to use that rather than waste it. So I'm going to scoop up a little bit just in while our Jake goes and helps me out, and we're just going to pop this together and create a little bit of foliage. Did I say it right? I think I might have said that word right.
What did you say?
I think I said it right. Foliage? Did I say it right?
No, you didn't quite get it, but
I thought I got that right.
I think you said foliage.
Oh, did I?
Foliage.
Oh, I'm going to stick with my foliage then. I'll just stick with the word that I know. I thought I got it right, Joe. I got really excited with myself.
Lots of people talk. Elaine says, OMG, I'll send my craft room photos, but I'm not a clean crafter, and every time I watch you guys, I have to try it with the dyes I have. Well, we'd love to see it all the same. Christine says, I love where this card is going. Rose loves these sentiments as well. And Adriana says, Debbie, I have an avalanche of boxes on my bed now. HSN Craft Day and other goodies. I'll open them between shows. Lots of you getting lots of good crafty parcels, aren't they, today?
Yeah, absolutely. They're all stocking up, they are. Right, so I've got my card made. I've put my little display of florals and the bits that go with it. And I'm going to pop down my Christmas sentiments. And then on the back of my Merry, I'm just going to add a couple of foam pads again. You could use your chunky glue, but I'm going to have to just reapply and get myself all sorted for my next demo. In fact, I might even plug my hot glue gun in. But I'm just going to pop that, and we're going to stick that now just over, and I'm just going to have it a little bit tucked under there, a little bit dropped down. So I've got my Merry Christmas, and it doesn't need to say anything else because it's all there in that sentiment. These fancy sentiments are a must-have for any crafter. Every crafter should have these sentiments in. There's 5 sentiments in total. One's exclusive to us here at Crafters TV, and can I just say, not a bad price either for some very useful sentiments that you will use year in, year out.
Great value there, Andy. It's very busy on these at the moment, and the size of them is beautiful. That's the thing. Let's take you back through then what you're getting. So you're going to get Happy Holidays. This is your exclusive, Crafters TV exclusive. So you can get them, if you want to get them individually, you can. You can get them on a 2 for £11 or $15. You get the best value when you get that bundle because you're getting one of them for free, which is brilliant. So you've got Happy Holidays. You've also got Merry Christmas in there. There's nothing to stop you popping those over as well, so you can actually turn that into Happy Christmas if you wish. You've got Let It Snow. We then have Jingle All the Way, and you've got Believe in the Magic. Now the great thing is these are stamps, so of course stamps are so versatile. Whether you're heat embossing, maybe you're going to do resist techniques with them, you're using the stamps on their own. You could use the stamps and the die together, and they're not going to break the bank. $27.96 or $35.80 is what you are looking at to get these home. That's a platinum price of £22 and change or $28 and change, which is really, really good value. And the other great thing, such great value when you know they're going to slot into all of your other collections, and no matter what style of Christmas crafting you're doing, you've got the right sentiment for it. Now, we've got some bonanza bags. I can't wait to share these with you because they are such amazing value. We're going to start with, let's start with the, have I got dies? Stamps and dies is what I've got, which is this one just here. So I'll take you through them. Now, $64.94 is what this should be, or $77.70. Today, £20 or dollars if you is your today price, £16 or dollars if you're a platinum member, and that is the same across all of them. So if you want a really lovely bundle of Christmas crafting goodies at a fraction of what they should be, then these are definitely the ones for you. Now, a quarter of this one has already gone. In here, you're going to get one of our gift cards holders. These are brilliant. If you tend to give gift cards at Christmas, I think gift cards can be a little bit boring, can't they? Let's put it that way. They're not boring when you've made a wonderful handmade holder for them. You're also going to get some bits from our most popular collections, which is awesome. So this one here is from 'Twas the Night. It's a really cool selection of stamps and dies. You've got Santa the Sleigh, the reindeers in there. It's going to be really great for building up those scenes that you want to create. Absolutely love these aperture stamps and dies too. This is Sending Glad Tidings. So you've got that really lovely, big, substantial stamped image. You're going to be able to add colour to that, and then you've got the aperture in there and the sentiments too. So if you're batch making, that could be a really great one for you, as could this actually. This is another one that's a really good size. So it's 3 inches by 4.7. This is actually going to cut into your projects, but then also give you the sentiments to pop alongside it. We also have these ones. Absolutely adore these. It's sort of cute little bookmark style, but make great loose elements on the front of a card. And that one there is the peace and joy. And then you'll also get a reef in there too. And these are great to maybe slip behind the sentiments that we have on the show today. Brilliant value, saving you almost £45, saving you $57 in the States. That's before you think about your Club Inspired discount. So that's the first one. Savvy crafters, and lots of you are going for all three of these. Let's look at stamps next. Some really lovely ones in here from some of our most popular launches too. Now, if you love inky backgrounds, colouring, really building up layers and textures, these two stamp sets will allow you to do that. So this is your Church at Christmas, and also your Mary and Joseph are those first two. Then we've also got these. These were the brush lettering stamps that we did for you. This one here is Season's Greeting. So two different stamps in different fonts and sizes. You can either stamp over, as you can see on the front of there, or you can play around with loads of other ways of composing those together. This is a really lovely big stamp, and now these are the layering stamps, aren't they? So these ones go over each other, and it gives you that lovely scene, as you can see. Again, if you are batch making, that's perfect, because that is really a substantial stamp, and pretty much all the work done there for you. Some really cute sentiments from our 'Twas the Night collection. Got things like Christmas wishes, Joyeux Noël is in there, along with a whole host of other sentiments. This one here, now we talked about winter white. Oh no, sorry, this one is Watercolour Christmas. This was another one last year that literally was gone in a flash, but we've still been able to bring you some cute stamps from that particular collection. And then this one, love these. This is your most wonderful tree, and this one here says it's the most wonderful time of year. Very, very modern. Great also for things like your tags. Right, if you want to go for that one, £51 or $65 of value for £20 or $20. Very busy on that one there as well. And then we also have an embossing collection for you too. So really got all bases covered with these bags. Let's show you what's in this one. So this is your Christmas Eve cut and emboss folder. I love the example that's on the packaging here, because that's showing you how you can multi-cut that and actually build it up as a bit of a scene, which is a great way to go. Something you can use at Christmas, but also all year round. You've got this wonderful Shine Bright cut and emboss folder. The detail on this is absolutely awesome, because it even gives you a little stitched edge detail around the side of your stars there as well. This one here is the Holly Jolly, and that is a really, really great one. This is one of those, is this one of the, yes it is, as I thought. These are actually two different folders here. So if you look at the back, you can see it's a square 6x6 folder, and then a border, so you can really play around with how you put those together. Slightly different design in each there. This next one, this is a stencil, isn't it, Andy? A stencil Yes, it is. 2 stencils and an embossing folder in here. So you see how we've got that lovely sort of outline of the moon there? You're going to be able to put that in with your stencils, and then all the other detail, especially with the sleigh, is going to be able to go over the top of there. And also, this is a really great bag, this one. You've also got another cut and emboss folder in there, which is from your vintage Christmas, which was another very, very popular collection that we brought to you previously. £58 or $70 is what you should be paying for this, but not today. You can pick these up £20 or $20, saving you, what, £40 or $50. A really, really great deal. A lot of you are going for all 3 of those. Now, I've had some pictures in already, which is always lovely. Elaine sent us in a picture of their craft space. 3 pictures, in fact. That looks like a very well-used craft space, Debbie, doesn't it? There's a lot going on.
Got to come closer so I can see it.
She's coming around for a good nose, but yeah, it is well packed.
That's a well-loved craft room as well. Look at that, everything to hand. I love that craft room, and I love the little light bulb at the top. So it comes. That's amazing.
I love the magnetic sheet on the wall with the dies on. It's very clever. In the next picture, you'll see the magnetic sheet. So you put a magnetic sheet on the wall, and then got all the nesting dies on there.
Wow, we're getting the gist of this craft room now. Wow,
yeah,
wow,
that is awesome.
Amazing.
And then we've got another one. All the craft kits are there, of course, as well. Absolutely, that is a very, very well-stocked craft space that you've got there. Thanks for sending those in. If you want to send yours in, studio@craftsandcompanion.co.uk is where you need to go. Beverly says, Debbie wears the most amazing dress. I love the colour of today's dress, and her demos aren't bad either, she says.
Oh, that's so lovely, thank you. Anybody, again, who knows me knows that dresses are my thing. I don't like the trousers. I only have to wear them when I'm down at the other place, just because of tops and things. But I am dressed. I wear a dress every day. It's very rare you see me in trousers. It's only because of work that I wear it down there. When I worked in store, I had trousers on every day. Drove me mad. I'm not going to lie, because I'm a dress. I love my dresses. So yes, thank you very much. I'll take that.
She's got some fabulous dresses, Debbie.
Thank you very much.
Laughing Gravy says, I wouldn't dare show my craft room to the public. I haven't vacuumed in weeks. I'm drowning up to my ankles in die-cut bits at the moment. I'm sure we've all been there. Jennifer says, after I do some work this morning, I'm planning to try to finish organising, cleaning my craft room. Then I can send in my pictures, but not just yet, she goes on to say. Let's take a look at this, because this is a really sensational deal for you on this. Loads of you have been going for this already today. £22 or $24 gets you this, which is a Sarah Signature collection, but it's a box condensed Sarah Signature collection. It's basically got all the core items that you need in here. At the full price, we were saying last year that these were off the chart value-wise, so to get them for less than half of that, £17.60 or $19.20 as a Platinum member is well, it's a ridiculous price. You wouldn't be able to get the stamps and dies for that. Yet there is so much other stuff jam-packed in here as well, isn't there, Debbie?
Absolutely. And I'm going to ask you to delve in your box, because I think you've got my box, because my gems are missing from my box. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an unboxing and show you the kind of value that you're getting. The price on the screen is real, it's right, it's correct, it's amazing, because it's everything that you want from a Sarah Signature collection, all jam-packed into this beautiful presentation box, which is just beautiful. Have you got the double? That's my double box from last night.
You've got a double box. Do you want your double box?
Yeah, this, because I did wonder why this said presenter box at the back. So you've got my box and I've got your box.
Oh, get your hands off my box, thank you very much.
The only reason we've got extra in here, Joe, is because we demonstrate with it a lot, so we need extra supplies. Let me just tell you, if you love this box and you bought it last year at full price, today might be the day to get the opportunity to get all the rest of the consumables that will make your collection go further. Because as always with the Sarah Signature collection, we've got a mixture of consumables and hardware. Shall we call it that, Joe? Think you're happy with that one?
Very happy with that.
So first of all, the Nutcracker tail is all about these beautiful storytelling.
I wasn't familiar with the story as well before we launched this.
You what, love?
I wasn't that familiar with the story until we launched this.
Me neither, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it comes out every...
But it's classic, isn't it?
You what, darling?
Such a classic.
Absolutely. But a beautiful tale there for you to build up in a gorgeous collection inspired by that Nutcracker. And then you've got all the fabulous dies that go with it and additional ones. So you're getting 19 stamps, you're getting 15 dies, And you can see that some of these are shaped for those stamps perfectly, so there's no fussy cutting involved. That's your hardware straight away, and the value there in those two, I think, is that box that you see on the screen already. Then we've got all the lovely embossing folder that you've got in here, which has got actually lots of things that you can do with it, from letterpress technique into taking inks over it. But a gorgeous one, again, telling a tale. This could be a background scene with all the other characters that are on the stamps. But then you've got a set of, and we've got stencils that match over, so they actually match and fit over, so you can colour them in without having to colour them in, because the stencils do it for you. And we've got that one, not two. Again, you can see how you create that lovely technique. Not three, but four, because we've got this lovely one, which I think you will use outside of the Nutcracker collection. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, take your texture, paste your inks, whatever it is that you want to pop through there, you've got that ability to do so. Then we've got what I'm going to call the consumables, and these are our ribbons. You can see we've already been using them. But we've got the largest, the middle-sized one, and the smaller one, satin ribbon. You've got your gems. There's still some missing, Joe. I mean, I don't know how we managed to do it, but we've still got some missing. Because you've got your dewdrops, and I wonder if it's down here in my double collection that I've just moved to one side. Someone's been delving in them boxes. Because the other ones are missing. They're not in there.
Are they not in there?
No, we've got two lots of gems. This one is the dewdrops.
I've got a board, I think, Debbie.
I know, there's somewhere, because
there you go.
The dewdrops. Look, you show the dewdrops and the gems.
There you go. Teamwork, make the dream work.
Thank you very much. There's 200 in total. 200 of them in total. Do you know what, Joe? That's not them.
That's not them?
No. And you know, we only had this out last night, and now I haven't got them. Ben was here with me last night.
I've seen them. I found them. What? Where are those ones from? I don't know what them ones were.
I have no idea. They're not the ones. That's the ones, Joe. Thank you so much.
So that's all your ribbons, a dewdrop,
that's all your ribbons,
your
all your dewdrops, and your gems. 100 of dewdrops, 100 of the gems, and 9 sets of ribbon.
Marvellous.
Then we've got cardstock galore. Do you know what I've just found?
Your gems. Typical.
How did you?
It's a hidden gem.
Oh, boom.
Hey, that's
Yay. George. We've got 12 card banks, 4 4x6s, 4 6x6s, and 4 5x7s. And then we've got all the gorgeous paper and cardstock. So you've got, and this is an unusual one for a Sarah Signature collection, double-sided. And these are beautiful. Let's just take a look at some of these gorgeous designs, because they really are absolutely stunning papers. And you're getting 24 of each. And again, beautiful. And they're all double-sided, Joe. Every single one double-sided.
Just the card blanks and envelopes and the papers is going to cost you more than £22 or $24.
Absolutely. And the matching card blanks are all the same colours that run through from the gems to the ribbons to the papers, that you've got in there. It really is a fantastic kit anyway. A fantastic Sarah Signature collection. Let's get it right. A fantastic Sarah Signature collection with the most amazing items in here that I think you're going to have a lot of fun with. Not going to lie, a lot of fun. Get creating, but you're not paying that starting price. You are not paying that starting price. You are paying, even if you're not in the Inspire Club, £22 or $24, which I think is a steal for a Sarah Signature collection.
Absolutely.
But you're not even paying that, because look, platinum price £17.60 or $19.20. That's amazing value for money. It really is.
Really is great value. I mean, a lot of it. I mean, you could actually just, if you love the papers and the pad from that collection, you know, they only happen in the collection, so it would almost be worth ordering it for the envelopes, the card blanks, your coloured cardstock and your printed papers alone. You've got the value back easily there. You're saving £23 or $26. You're saving way more than that, because the original price was such incredible value too. Do snap that up before it goes. $17.60, $19.20 if you're a platinum member. Right, let's go back to our launch. I'm going to quickly remind you again what you're getting in there, because it is busy on these. Easy to see why, because they're not, they are something you're going to be able to add into lots of the collections you already have. So you've got Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. You've also got Let It Snow there. You've got Jingle All the Way. And then we have Believe in the Magic of Christmas. $27.96 or $35.80. You're getting one of them for free, which is brilliant considering it's a brand new launch today. The Happy Holidays is exclusive to us here at Crafters TV as well. That is the best way to get the best value. They are available, any two for £11 or $15 should you want to go for a couple of them. I think you're going to kick yourself if you go for a couple, because you're going to get them home, see how versatile they are, and wish you'd have gone for all of them, and that is the best way to get a hold of them right now. I love seeing all the previous stamps and dies come back, says Stephanie. Helps me remember what I have in my stash and what I can do with them. Beverly says I bought the Nutcracker last year, can't wait to start using it again this year. And Christine loving Debbie's dress as well. Any other questions you've got, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube, get them into me and I'll pop them across to Debbie. But what would you like to share with us next, Debbie?
Jingle all the way, let's do it.
Let's
do it. I love all of these. Like I said, there's so many ways you can use them. Always give you a little bit of inspiration with our packaging straight away to get a little gist of how you can use them, and things that you might already have in your collection, from background embossing folders to things like your nesting dies, and then your florals, and just have your sentiment in the centre, which creates the most stunning cards. And again, very useful to have if you want to batch make. These are going to be the ones that you will use all the time. Now, I've created a little bit of a background wash here with my ink pads. Now, the ink pads that I've used, if you're wondering about the colours, are the Frosty and Bright ones. Do you know the exclusive but limited edition ones? Now,
yes.
Producer Johnny might have to check, because we only had a few left the other day, where we had that beautiful, there's like 3 colours to them. There's like a lavender, an ice blue, and then there's that lovely...
There is some in stock, apparently.
Yeah. Well, that's how I created this background. And because the water reactive, I did a little bit of faux bleaching and just splashed a few bits of water on there and lifted it. So you could be doing that as well. Now, I've done that background because I wanted to speed this process up, because I'm going to use a little bit of quick dry, but I'm also going to use our Harmony Opaque Pigment ink pads. So this I'm going to stamp with, but I'm also going to stamp with this as well and do a little bit of a heat setting with our clear embossing powder. So first things first, I'm going to do the background one. So I'm going to use my stamping platform for this, Joe, just because I want to hold my cardstock into place and position this on using our magnets. So I'm going to pop that on.
Just a quick question about going back to Nutcracker, Debbie.
Yes.
Jill says, what's the smallest Gemini that work with the Nutcracker set? Currently only have the Mini. I think the Mini would be fine with that, wouldn't it? Because you've got there mostly...
Most of them will, but there is the Christmas tree that doesn't. It's bigger.
So all barring one of the dies, you're going to be good with?
I think, if I remember rightly, the others will go through it.
Yeah.
Worth having a look at, Joe, because I can test that. I've got my little
I think there may be two dies, Debbie. I think...
Is that the girl die?
Yeah, this one here, the
one
girl.
that comes out.
But yeah, I think, looking at that value, if you can go for it, and the only thing you can't use is 2 of the dies, I think you're going to be absolutely fine, don't you?
Yeah. And because who knows, maybe in the future that you might be able to get a bigger die cutting machine. So it's well worth investing in if you can. But if not, for now, most of those will go through.
I think at that price, if it's only 2 of the dies you couldn't
Yeah.
use, you'd be onto an absolute winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm just going to bring this up to the top. I'm going to line it up where I want it to be, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of a by eye kind of look there, Joe, just so I can... Always looks like it's straight, but and then I look at it on camera and I think, hang on a minute, is that really straight after all? I think it's just sometimes the angles of the camera into it and the way that we've got our platform. But I think I'm happy with that one, so I'll go down and push that down because it's already into place. There we go. And then I'm going to use my quick dry over the top. So I'm using crushed velvet. I thought the colour of the crushed velvet and the parakeet kind of matched it. Like, I didn't want it to be the same colour because it would have got a little bit lost in there. So I've used some lighter tones, which is why I've used those Frosty and Bright ones. They are exclusive though, by the way. They are not something that we are repeating. Get them while you can because they won't be seen again. That will be it. That's Frosty and Bright is a Sora signature collection, and those ink pads are exclusive to that collection. So again, just take that off. If you're not happy with it, you can go back in, and of course you can re-stamp if you're using your platform. But I am more than happy with that. And then I'm going to do exactly the same, just a little bit further down, but just want a little bit of tissue just to clean me stamp. Otherwise, I will transfer all that ink onto my fingers, and then I'll end up being a mess. So we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to take that off using a little bit of a kitchen towel. I'm just going to match that up again down somewhere at the bottom. Roughly around the same. pick that up and push that down, and then we're going to ink that again.
Jennifer wants to know how you come up with all your great ideas, Debbie.
Sometimes just sit there and look at, sometimes they just fall to you straight away. Not going to lie, I have like what everybody else has, crafter's block I call it, where sometimes I look at a product and I think, I just don't know what I'm going to do with this. And it's not because I can't think, it's just that I sometimes have those, like a writer has a writer's block, a crafter has the same thing. So I'll get a cup of coffee, I'll go outside, I get a bit of fresh air, a couple of minutes, little flick through Facebook or TikTok, whichever tickles fancy, have a little bit, take your mind off things, then go back, and then sometimes they just come flowing and they don't stop. Or I tend to go and look on Pinterest or onto things like YouTube. There's lots of talented designers out there, lots that I could mention. I could reel them all off, the ones that I've pinned as my favourites, who'll bring in different card folds, different designs, and I think, oh, that would work lovely with our product. I'm going to try that. And that's how I tend to get my ideas. So and sometimes then I look at the basics as well, because this one's a very basic card shape, but it's just about thinking how you can use these stamps to create a little bit of a different effect. And so with that, I'm creating a little bit of a background paper. I could have then just gone in like, randomly and gone and dropped it down and created a little bit of a background by randomly dropping that. You could mix and match those sentiments. You've got sentiments in there that will work, you know, together. So that's what you could do as well. But yeah, I tend to have a little look around and then just sit there. I usually lay things out, not going to lie. I lay a collection out and then look at it and think, what can I do with it? How can I work that into me card fold and me things? And that's how I look at things and work with them, especially when you get a collection. Like the Frosty and Bright collection.
It's a gorgeous collection, isn't it?
I
think there's still some of that in stock as well. There's still a decent sized collection over on the website if you wanted to go and have a look at that. And also Vintage Snowman as well.
Yeah.
Go and check both of those out. There's been so many gorgeous launches recently. We've been really spoiled.
We really, really have. Now, I'm going to use this. Now, this is what you could do. You could place that on the top, cut an aperture out, and then lift this off. You could lift it off, pop some acetate at the back of it once you cut your aperture, put some acetate there, foam on a roll, stick that around, trap it in with some shakers, and you can create a shaker card as well. So you could do that, you could create an aperture with it, and then maybe lift that off with some foam and have the jingle again in the inside. Lots of things that you can look at, and I've just looked at that and thought that'd look really nice if I did that. However, I'm going to have a separate piece. So we're going to run this through. Bit of cardstock again. Gemini Mini. And if you have got all of them, and I mean all of them, the whole 5 set, if you've gone for that big bundle, and I said a big bundle, it's not going to break the bank getting that big bundle.
No, it's good. They're great value, these.
They're great value, yeah. And it's, like I said, these are dies that are going to be useful all year round. I say all year round. Every Christmas. But we do use Christmas cards all year round. I mean, look, we're in July and we're doing Christmas.
Well, in Australia, they have Christmas. Christmas in July is a thing, Debbie.
Yes.
Because that's the middle of their winter. So I guess a lot of people that have lived in the northern hemisphere are used to celebrating Christmas in winter. So they have their normal Christmas, but obviously it's midsummer Christmas in Australia. So a big thing to have is Christmas in July, where people have a sort of second smaller Christmas celebration in the middle of winter when it's colder. So maybe you could use them all year round.
Right, I'm just going to stamp this just to get rid of all any of that excess ink, just for a second. And then I'm going to take my opaque pigment ink pad. I'm going to cover this in now, so cover that colour. Even though that pink was there, I can go back over. I'm going to tap that down a few times. This is a wet ink. Our pigment ink pads are wet inks. So I'm just going to pop that over the top. I've got my clear embossing powder to hand. Make sure I keep it away from the fan. And I'm going to now stamp into this. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to stamp over the top. So I'm going to line that up again. So line up, stamp down, make sure it's a good coverage. And then I've got my stamp perfectly on there. Oh gosh, Debbie, get it right way around. But because it's still wet, I'm going to go in. I'm just going to dip this in actually. Normally I'd chuck it onto my cardstock, but because it's only a smaller piece, I can actually get away by dipping it in.
Perfect.
Tap snap that off.
Jules says the jingle, you could use it for a birthday card when gifting either cash or a gift card.
That's a clever idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's a good idea. I've got my heat tool, so I think I'm going to have to find some tweezers, though. Can you just give me a second to find some tweezers?
Absolutely, I can.
Thank you.
Don't forget, we've got another craft room that we can have a look at, actually. Let's go and we'll have a look at that in a second. Very busy on this. Remember, 27.96, 35.80 gets you all of them. That's the best value, is getting them in that way. If you do want to get them individually, they are available, and 2 for £11 or $15. If you wanted to get a couple, remember that Happy Holidays is exclusive to us here at Crafters TV. There are, it's busy on that. Right, are we going to have a look? Who's we looking at next? Rosalind's craft room is where we're going next. 4 pictures in one here, Debbie.
Oh, wow. I need to come in a bit closer.
Totally Tiffany trolleys. I'm loving the colour theme as well.
The colour theme's amazing. Oh, that's stunning. I love that. That is beautiful. I'm trying to work out what it says on the wall. Is it rhymed? Wait, that can't say rhymed.
I can see Rosalind on the left. I can't see what it says.
Oh, is it Rosalind?
On the left it says Rosalind, in the top left one.
I wonder if it says not creates, crochets?
Does it say groom? I don't know. You'll have to let us know,
You'll have to let us know. That is a beautiful colour scheme.
I love how it's all perfectly colour coordinated, though. That is rather fabulous. If you want to send us a picture of your craft space, you can do that. We'd love to see it. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We have got a lot of pictures to share with you, which is always lovely, isn't it, Debbie?
Absolutely. Now, I've got my air gun, heat tool, hair gun. What on earth? This is a heat tool. So, get your heat tool, get it to its premium temperature, its optimum temperature, and then we're going to set this. I've had to take the tweezers because it is only a small piece, and I'll try and lay it down to show you what I mean, but you'll see it start to turn. And then let that heat set, and I've used clear embossing powder over the top, and just let that set. And I'll let go of that just at the end, just to finish that off. Now, the first time you do that, when you do a one level of heat embossing, it creates what I call the orange peel effect. So, right. And it's like a ripply kind of orange feel. I know it's a bit difficult to see.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of texture to it, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, which looks lovely. I like that. I think it's, it's really pretty. It's quite a nice effect. If you want to double dip, I'm going to call it then. It is a double dip, isn't it? Is that the right word?
A double emboss.
Thank you, double emboss. And to do that, rather than reapply the ink over the top, you just want to heat set it again. And I just say, just put a bit of heat to it. And you're just going to heat set again over the top, make it nice and warm. Don't burn it, just be careful. All the way across there, just back and forth. And then you can turn that off and you can go back in and we can do another heat set. So add a little bit more clear. And this is called double embossing. There's nothing to stop you from going on to triple embossing.
Sounds like an ice skating move, I think, triple
it?
emboss. Yeah.
But we're going to heat set that again. The more you do this, the more it smooths itself out, if that makes any sense. But you can do this without having to apply any more ink over the top. I'm just going to go straight across, back and forth, like so. There we go. Right, so that is my jingle heat embossed, which I'm really, really happy with. And then it's going to go and sit into the centre of my jingled background. But we need a card face. We need a card base, so we'll go in with our card base. And I've gone for just a very straightforward, ordinary card base, which is literally, if I remember rightly, 6 by 8. I've gone for this one. So this is 12 inches across by, and again, 12 inches by the 8, and dropped it into the centre. I've used A3 cardstock for this, and it is coming. I'm just going to say
it's on the way.
It's on its way. I've taken some of the beautiful cardstock, again, this lovely encapsulated glitter. I've actually used the Frosty and Bright papers. And I've created myself a little, I'm going to call it the little mini panel that's going to sit my background into as well. Now this part here has got a lot of gorgeousness, and it is gorgeousness in there. So I'm going to take my craft, we're going to have to get a craft. Is it in here?
Rosalind's sign on the wall says crochet, is what it says. She says
I said crochet.
Those are large wooden letters covered with CC vintage lace cardstock. There we are.
Oh, I bet that looks beautiful. Is Rosalind, is she stateside or is she?
She is
this
stateside, I
side?
believe. Yes, I think she is. Alicia's greetings from Arkansas. I just submitted my room. I hope you get a chance to see it. I'm sure we will, Alicia.
So I've done a little bit of what I call gutting. There are guillotines out there that are, sorry, paper cutters that can do that. Or you can take your rulers, take your craft rulers. I can't find my craft ruler, so I've just gone in freehand, which is why it's not so neat. But it doesn't matter because that's going to go over the top. And then, of course, you decide which side's going to go on the top because that paper is so beautiful.
Really
let
stunning,
me just
isn't
have a
it?
little peek, what I quite like. Yep. Yep, I'm going in with that one. Oh no, I'm not, because I do like that. No, I'm gonna stick with my original. Stick with the original, Debbie. And I'm just gonna pop this onto this side of the paper. Now I've used tacky glue because I'm sticking this down to a coated cardstock. So if I just got, and if you've noticed, I'm not popping it all the way across because I've obviously got the middle part missing. And if I put glue all the way across, it's gonna be a rather sticky little bit of a mess. So we're just taking that and then literally sliding that into its position and then holding that down. And the reason I use the tacky glue for this is a coated cardstock underneath and I didn't want to spoil that. So again, you could then do the same. I'm going to keep this solid though because I'm going to put some foam underneath it and then we're going to stick that onto the top. So again, I'm going to use my tacky all the way around. I'm going to stick that on, like so. There we go, that looks like about right. I'm going to then pop this onto the back of my card base. This time I am going to use all-purpose because I've got paper on there as well as that little bit of cardstock. But for matting and layering, this is the best glue, so that's the all-purpose wiggle glue. Pop that down onto the top, slide that into place because you get a lot more wiggle time with this one than you do with the tacky. And you can slide it and get it into position until you're happy with where it is, all the way across. And then I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to lift this a little bit, so I'm going to put some foam pads on there. I wonder if I've got some big foam pads. I think these are all my little ones. Could we ask our Jake for some large foam pads if he's around? Or no, John, is John still here as well? I know he's busy in his office though, isn't he? But if I look for Jake's in the building.
Jake's out, I'm going to ask him. Stay there.
Thank you. So some large foam pads would be a real treat, please. He's a good one. He's a good one. He's gone off to go and find him for me. But I'm just going to pop these on. Now, at Crafters Companion, we do lots of different sizes of foam pads. But I just want to get that, and I'm just going to lift it a little bit. Just...
A saggy topper, do you?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That looks, does that look about right? Yeah, I always look, and when I'm crafting, I'm going above and I'm like, let me just, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. And then I'm just going to pop these now, a couple of little foam pads onto the back of there as well. Thank you very much, Jake. You're very kind. He's come to my rescue yet again. And then I'm just going to pop my foam pads just onto the back of there. There we are. And then I'm going to place that onto the centre. Oops, not upside down, you're not, Debbie. So we're going to put Jingle in the centre and lift that off a little bit. Just try and line that up. There we go. And then I've got me all the way, Jingle all the way that I've stamped out and matted onto some of that same matching cardstock. A couple of little foam pads just onto the back. And then we're going to finish that by adding a touch of I'm going to say, because it's Jingle, I feel it needs a little bit of a musical accompaniment.
Absolutely.
Because it is Jingle all the way. So I've got myself a couple of little bells. I've got myself a little bow. Got myself some, obviously, little gems because I'm obsessed. And I do love a good gem. So I'm just going to put a couple of gems either side. It's those little finishing touches, I think, sometimes. And you don't need a lot. These sentiments do the talking. And I'm just adding the papers, the cardstock, the little embellishments, and then just finishing that off. And I think my glue gun's on, so I'm going to see if that will stretch there. So I'm going to add a bit of a glue globule into that top corner. Let's pop that down, push that in. Like that. There we go.
I don't often get to see you using the hot glue, Debbie.
Me, I know, I keep forgetting to plug it in, that's why. And I've remembered today, so I've just popped that and I'm going to set that into there. I'm going to bring it up a little bit further. I can always chop that off afterwards. I'm going to set it then into the ribbon, into the bottom. So I've got my little loose bells there, and then I'm trim that off in a moment when that's dry. There we go. Where's my little snippy scissors? Let's see if I can find my little scissors. Just to trim off my little pieces. And again, I just want to trim that off. And there you go.
Oh, what a gorgeous,
Jingle,
gorgeous
jingle
creation.
all the way.
Isn't it fabulous?
Yeah,
So fabulous. I love them all together, Debbie. I think they look absolutely amazing. They really do, with the bells and the colours. I guess the colour scheme could be any colour scheme, couldn't it? It could be anything. You could be doing that with any collection.
Absolutely. And because it's a stamp that cuts out and the dye afterwards, you can stamp any colour you want. You can colour match it to the papers that you've got in your collection, whether it be something like real rich tones of Christmas, like golds and greens and reds. You've got all the ink pads, the lovely, you could create that centrepiece with the metallic ink pads to create that heat embossing technique.
And I love that you've used 3 together there as well, so it's given you the ability to make that a complete focal image.
Absolutely.
So whether you're embellishing, whether you're making them a focal image, it's completely up to you. Let me just remind you again, I'm going to give you an opportunity to check out in a second because it is really busy. Let me just remind you again exactly what you're getting then. You will get this exclusive one, only available here at Crafters TV, so happy holidays. You've got Merry Christmas, they're all so usable. Let It Snow, Jingle All the Way, and of course you will get Believe in the Magic of Christmas. In each set there you've got 1 die and 2 stamps, which is brilliant. The price is amazing. They're not going to break the bank, especially when you consider the versatility that they offer you as well. If you're a Platinum member, $22.37 or $28.64, whether or not you're a Platinum member, everyone's got a brilliant price on these. Let's give you that opportunity and check those baskets out before we have even more inspiration with the lovely Debbie, which will happen on the other side of this. Let's share with you all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Oh, what a very busy show we're having. You guys are absolutely loving that brand new launch. Easy to see why. Something else you might want to pop in your basket is this, because, I mean, it's a pretty unbelievable deal, really. Two of our most recent launches, we have the 12x12 paper pads from them. So it's quite miraculous, really, that we've even got the 12x12s in stock at this point, seeing as we launched them around a couple of weeks ago. But even more miraculous is that we put them on a discount where you can get both of them for $25.48 or $33.91. So we rarely discount these, but let alone when they're two of our most recent launches. Two here for you. So Frosty and Bright is the first one. You can see here, really lovely. I love how much depth and dimension there is to our paper pads now. Really lovely imagery, very floral, going to be great for backgrounds, all uncoated, so if you want to ink over it or stamp over it, you've definitely got the option to do that. It's got kind of Scandi feel to it in that, definitely a more contemporary colour palette there in your Frosty and Bright. 36 sheets there, 180 GSM. The other one that we've got for you is this. They're kind of similar but completely opposite, if that makes sense, because you've still got that same feel to it. You've still got that sort of very dense imagery all the way through. So there's a lot going on in each of these, but this one has a much more classic feel in the colourway, in the imagery that's in here. You've got lots of these vintage snowmen running all the way throughout, lots of presents, lots of light as well coming from this one. Again, they're uncoated, so you can stamp or ink over these, and I love these ones with the card panels here. So you just got 4 instant card panels ready to go, a little bit of matting and layering. You've got a beautiful card front there. That one is another 36 sheets for you. If you're a platinum member, I mean, the value is off the chart, isn't it? $20.38 or $27.13 is your price there on those one. Next up is this brilliant deal on the luxury cardstock, and they are the perfect colourways that you're going to be wanting to using for all your Christmas crafting, which is what I know a lot of you are full steam ahead working on at the moment. You've got the red in there. Now in here, remember what you get is you get 10 of the mirror, 10 of the matte mirror, and 10 of the glitter. So you've got that in the red, you've also got it there in the green. Oh, let me turn these ones around for you. Got it in that lovely classic gold, and also in silver as well. £28 or $40. That saves you almost £12, almost $24. And then, of course, you've got your Club Inspired discount on the top of there as well. I hear that my number one fan, Beth Fralix, is a bit under the weather, sending you lots and lots of love. Beth, and hope that you are on the mend very, very soon. Something else that we've got for you, seeing as this brand new launch goes so well with so many things, we've pulled together some other products that we think you're going to love, that we think will work brilliantly with that launch. And these are, I mean, the deal on these is, I mean, it's absolutely unmissable, because these should be £20 each. So essentially, you're getting 4 free in this particular collection. £119 worth of dies for £41, or $137 worth for $48. Unmissable. If you don't own it, you need to have them at this price. So this one here is your Dashing Through the Snow. Well, I think these almost are like a cross between a creator card and an edgeable. It's like the best of both elements. Pop them down as a topper, cut them into a concept. It's completely up to you. You'll get great results however you choose to use them. This one here is that joyful Christmas tree, crying out for loads of colour, isn't it? You've got the festive bells, the sweet candy cane, which is beautiful. You've then got your elegant baubles. You'll also receive the beautiful wreath in there too. That's, I mean, it's quite an unbelievable price. We have less than 100 of those, however, to go around. And the saving here, £77 or $89, and then you're going to get your Club Inspired discount on top there too. Alicia's, I have the luxury cardstock, and it is gorgeous. Yes, it really is. Definitely worth snapping it up whilst it's on such a great price and replenishing your stash. Anything else you need to know? Any questions you've got, get them in, and I'll pop pop them across to Debbie. But I believe she has got more inspiration lined up for us.
Well, I thought I'd use the interlace because I've shown you how to do the stamping and the cutting out technique with the stamps and dies, which on this occasion I've already got pre-done, because I want to show you and focus on these gorgeous interlaces. We're just talking about how that these sentiments will work with absolutely any collection, any range, any company that you might have, not just ours, but any other company's dies. Our sentiments are going to work alongside those really well. Excuse me. The interlace is just fabulous, and these are they're like an edgeable one. Because of the fact they start the cutting edge at the top, goes all the way around the bottom, down to the bottom here, and this bit is the bit that has an outside cutting edge. So that's the bit that stays connected into your cardstock. Excuse me. I've gone for a large.
Right, Debbie?
It's okay. I'm just trying to stifle that cough back down. Get that cough back in there.
Let it out.
Let it out. Let it out. Yeah. So, and all I've done with this is I've actually in the on card blank. I do a lot of this. Even though I've gone bigger, because when I say bigger, I've gone to an 8x8. So what I've done with this is I've cut, and I'll tell you how I do mine. I've cut an 8x8 piece, and then the second piece I've cut to, and you can do this 8.5 or 9x8, and then just put a score line of 1 inch or half an inch down the side and stick them together. And I've stuck mine on the inside panel on this one. So that's how you will put your card together to create your own base. I'm going to pop this on. Now I've got a piece here that I've already done a little bit of matting and layering. So I'm just going to position where I want that piece so that I can position my die perfectly, and I think I'm happy with it about there. I'm going to go in centre. There we go. So I'm going to take that off because I'm not going to stick that down just yet, and then I'm going to hold this down with some low tack tape. These are massive dies. We are talking over 7 inches in length. That's huge, and a real lot of metal for your money.
Yeah,
especially at that price on screen, £33.58 or $38.
So they should be £20 each die. So you're paying for 2, or less than 2 if you're a platinum member, and you're getting all 6. And it's amazing it was able to offer you a full collection of them as well. You've got the lot for that.
Absolutely. And these really are glorious. They're big. If you ever wanted to make Christmas card mids easy, again, these are the ones to go for with that interlace technology. I'm going to pop it onto my platform because I've got a large card base. So I'm going to pop that onto my platform. I'm going to use it with the normal thin metal die combination, how I put mine on, which is the plastic shim, the magnetic shim, and the other cutting plate onto the top. Line your plates up flush, and then fit that through. Now, when I say flush, I mean make sure they're all straight, is what I mean by that. Because there is times when I've done it myself, I haven't put them plates in together, and then you think, uh-oh, and you can see edge of your magnetic shim crinkling.
Oh, dear.
I've done it.
We don't want that.
I've done it. You don't want that. It's all about getting those plates in flushly. Flushly? Straight.
Oh, we know what you mean. As long as we know what you mean, Debbie, that's what matters,
I know
isn't
what
it?
I mean, exactly. I know what I mean. It just doesn't sound right sometimes. Lovely thing about this die as well is it has that lovely embossed detail, which, you know, works lovely when you're taking your inks and your things like that to it. So if you are going to do that, all I would say is make sure you've got your tape off. And then just to lift that off and make sure that, you know, you've got every single piece off there. And just finish that off now by embossing it. So I'm going to bring back in my platforms. This time, whoops. Oopsie daisy. I think I might just have to get another clear plate.
Don't you worry.
Because it's gone down the back. It's not even somewhere I can get it. So I apologise there when
that's
you're
it.
that clanky.
Gone. That's it. Slipped into oblivion
It's gone.
now.
It's gone under that little black hole that no one knows where it goes to when you hear that. Because I did that the other week. I don't know what I dropped down there, but I've never seen it since. So I'm going to put on my rubber embossing mat. I've removed my magnetic shim. I've placed the die facing upwards, and I'm going to pop the rubber embossing mat onto the top of that, and then I'm going to feed that through my machine. So let's take that. And do you know what, Joe? I can't even get down there. I can't even bend down and get down there, because if I get down there, that's where I'll be doing the rest of the show.
No, please don't. We've got another 40 minutes. I can't do the show on my own for 40 minutes, so we have to just leave it. That'll be that.
Oh dear. I'll probably get either John or... Shall we get John or Jake to come and have a little...
Yeah. They'll go down, don't worry.
They'll
After the show.
they'll get down on their hands and knees.
Maybe
Mummy.
Jake. Johnny's suggesting that Johnny's suggesting that John's maybe not that agile anyway. So we'll get Jake to go down and have a look.
Has his knees gone? Bless him. Producer Johnny, have you heard him? His knees have gone. I thought he played football. Does he not play football anymore? Have you not done? What happened to you?
Wasn't there a team? There was a work team, wasn't there?
Yeah. What happened there, Producer Johnny? Oh, hang on a minute.
It got too wet and too cold for them, apparently. Fair weather footballers is what they are.
Part-time footballers.
Marietta says, why don't you use the metal plate when you die cut, Debbie?
Me? I don't need to.
Just don't need to.
Just
So what's
don't
that
need
there for, that metal plate?
That metal plate is there for when you need it. When I say that, I will give you this little bit of advice with your Geminis. So, in our booklets, when you get your Gemini home and it talks about intricate dies, it gives you a guide. Now, it doesn't actually say guide, it says this is the combination, and it'll tell you cutting plates, plastic shim, magnetic shim, die facing upwards, metal plate onto the top, and then your other cutting plate. When it says an intricate die. Now, this is a really intricate die.
Very.
But I know through use, through getting to know my machine and getting to know everything about our dies and the technology that we have, especially intralace technology, I know it doesn't need the metal shim. The only time I use metal shims is when I'm cutting into an intricate die that has got that little tricky spot, that little place where it just hasn't had enough pressure to get through there. Now, the lovely thing about this is edge-to-edge technology, so you get that lovely even pressure all the way across, no matter where you put your dies. But there's just the odd one or two dies that I've got in my collection, some that aren't ours, because I am a crafter and I love other companies' dies. So I may have one or two in my little crafty stash. But there may become a time when it doesn't go through that, or it's just that little tiny little bit that's remaining there. That's when I'll add my metal shim. I don't put the metal shim every single time I use a die, and I think you've seen that with the way that I use our dies. I don't use it. It's very rare that I do. I tell you when I do use it, when I'm cutting fabrics. When I'm cutting multiple fabrics, I always use metal shim. Okay. So when I'm cutting something that's got that little bit of, not porous, fibrous. It's really more fibrous, that's when I'll do it. So I hope that helped and answered your question. Right, I am going to release this spite simply where the edge is finished. I'm just releasing it at the top. Can you see there? And it releases there. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the bottom. So yeah, in answer to the question, the only time I will use my metal shim jaw is when it absolutely needs it. I would always rather start with the plate combination that's the least pressure and add the plates in as and when I need them. Now look how lovely that has cut out. And when I say that, I'm just going to add underneath the cardstock and simply beautiful. And I'm creating a silhouette here. I'm not actually going to add anything to it. Of course, with these dies, you can paper piece back in if you've got your hold and release sheets, and you can add a little bit of maybe glitter at the back of the snowflakes. You could do the same with the star, same with the Christmas trees if that's what you wanted to do. But I'm keeping it as a silhouette. Again, I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it simple, and then I'm just adding on my cardstock to add that lovely, it just makes that design pop. I've done the same with my papers. This time I've used the Garden Gnome. Do you remember the Garden Gnome Christmas pad? This is the one that I've used, Joe. So that's the one I've used for this one. And because I've put my panel on the inside now, my panel is disguised. So it keeps it really nice and tidy. And a nice, neat finish.
Helen can't send us a picture of her craft room. She's trying to sort it, but she can't get in it at the moment. So you know it must be well stocked. Debbie, you know all about that, don't you?
I do know what that's like. I honestly, I stood and I remember very clearly standing at my craft room and I cried before I started. I had real tears because I just thought my sister had gone away on holiday. My mum were on holiday with her. I had nobody to help me, and I stood there and cried thinking, I'm never going to do this. And genuinely, I'm never going to do it. It was the hardest graft I think I've ever done in my lifetime, but it was so worth it. So I totally get Ellen on that one. When you can't get in your craft room, when you start to move things, but you will get there. Persevere, and if it does get overwhelming, go outside, have a bit of fresh air, take your cuppa with you. We'll sit outside for a little bit, get a little bit of fresh air in your lungs, deep breaths, and then go back in and tackle it again. And just
You'll
remember
sort
those
it.
small little breaks, and I promise you, it's well worth it. You can see that coming together really beautifully. I can't wait to see these pictures actually, because I love anything like this. I've got myself a little bow. Now, like I said, I'm keeping it in theme. There's a little bit of a dark theme coming in here with the silhouette effect. So I've used a black bow that I'm just going to pop into that corner. And I'm just going to, again, use my hot glue gun. I love hot glue because it is quite an instant thing with it. In terms of when you're using hot glue, it doesn't dry instantly, but what it does do is set pretty quick, and is perfect for all those embellishments that have got a bit of depth. So it's a bit similar to like a chunky glue, but chunky's cold, this is hot. But the same properties, and it stays in place and it dries quite quickly, which is why I love hot glue. Now, I've used in this one, and you've seen me do the stamping, you've seen me do the die cutting, so all I'm going to do is add them to this, which I've gone for Believe in the Magic of Christmas with this one. I'm not going to repeat that one, Joe, because you've seen me, time's coming ahead and I've got a few more demos that I want to get in. But die cut, stamp, or stamp and die cut, choose what method works for you. Choose your colours, and I've gone with black again, this time quite a striking card, because I wanted it to be pretty striking, and I think black sometimes you can achieve that look. Might switch my glues actually. Let's go to my little chunky glue now. I've got some in there. So again, I'm just going to pop onto the back and then lay that, and I'm going to go across there where it's got a little bit of space where I know glue's not going to seep through. And I'm going to do the same this side. So I think though I might, just to be on the safe side, anchor that. Let's see if I've got that the right way around yet.
Just the stamps on their own would make great verses, wouldn't they, inside your card, Debbie?
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe another way to the problem is, with, you know, if you like to make larger cards as well, unless you've got a nice big verse in them, I always just worry about what I'm going to write in them, Debbie, because it's like, you can't just put to Debbie, Merry Christmas, Love Joe, because it looks so empty, doesn't it, in there? So you can fill them something like a stamp like this. I think it looks much more pleasing on the eye when they open it up and read it.
Yeah, I get you. I get you on that one, Joe. Right, I'm just going to add a few little gems. Might put one on my star, one on my snowflake. I mean, those interlaced dies, can I just say, are really beautiful detailed dies. And I'm going to say last year's collection, I'm really shocked to see the price that we've got on them today. Because these are fabulous dies that I know you're going to use year in, year out, because they are phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal. Lots of details to them, and a very striking Christmas design that I think you can see here. You can achieve really lovely, great big cards with instantly. Looking to where to put my gems. I might put a couple one on here actually, just to give that a little bit of a extra oomph. Let me get that the right way around. There we go. Got me Believe, might bring that down a little bit more, and then just add a couple of little more gems on there. But again, it doesn't have to be, you know, a lot to it. And I say that in meaning I've kept it simple again. I am always guilty of throwing everything but the kitchen sink at my designs, as you may have seen in the past. But today, I've been quite reserved.
Yeah, you have.
Because I don't need to. Because that die speaks volumes. Those sentiment dies speak volumes, because they say exactly what it is that you need to say and add to any of your crafty stash that you may own already or can hold today. Get those in your hands, because they're absolutely fabulous, those interlaced dies.
Yeah, you've got really, I mean, you've got lots of great deals on the show for you. Just quickly recap firstly then the interlaced dies, and then I'll take you back through that brand new launch. So you've got Dashing Through the Snow here. Nice, you've got the two different options when it comes to using it as well. So I've cut it into the card concept, as you can see here. Or, of course, what you can do is then actually use that as a topper element. So it's really up to you. You've got all the options when it comes to using these. Dancing Through the Snow is the first one. We then also have Joyful Christmas Tree. That is your next option just there. This one here is the Festive Bells, as you can see. Sweet Candy Canes. You've then also got your Elegant Baubles and the beautiful wreath. Great thing about these, Debbie, is you could really create a whole suite of your Christmas cards using these.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, because what they are, they're all of a style, aren't they? So you're not like you're sending everyone the same Christmas card, but they're going to instantly recognise that it maybe is one of your
and you
creations.
know the thing is there, Joe, get those sentiments, got those
Perfectly
guys,
go
that's your
with them.
Christmas wrap. That's your Christmas card
Done,
making
isn't it?
wrapped in
Absolutely.
instant.
Maybe with some of that luxury card stock too. I mean, those
Absolutely.
three together are going to work
Absolutely.
beautifully. These should be £20 each. So £120 or $138 is what you'll be looking at. Not today. $41.97 or $48.19. That's I can't still quite believe it. Almost £80 or $90 you can save on those, which is amazing. So make sure you are snapping those up. The other one I want to share with you, of course, is today's brand new launch as well, which is this one here. It's these amazing sentiments that you've got, and again, just launching today. They're going to work with pretty much everything. Happy Holidays is your CTV exclusive. We've also got Merry Christmas in there, Let It Snow, Jingle All the Way, and Believe in the Magic of Christmas. As a platinum member, $22.37 or $28.64 is your price there on those. We're going to look at some more craft rooms, and this next one coming in, my oh my, this is amazing. She's like the CEO of craft. It's like an executive office meets a craft room.
I cannot tell you what I thought about this. My heart is like bursting because it's just beautiful. What a gorgeous craft space.
Look at this. She's even got a mural there in the wall. In the wall.
Oh my, Terry,
beautiful.
Terry, have you painted that on your wall?
And all the pens as well, the pen storage.
Oh my God, what a creative space.
Cat's there on the chair doing a bit of crafting.
Oh, that is stunning. Absolutely stunning, Terry. Terry, where do you live? I want to come and see. I want to come and have a visit. Tell me where you live, Terry. Not that I'm stalking you. I just want to come and have a little look at the craft room.
Maybe we'll pop
And your
round.
cat.
Maybe we'll be able to pop round and have a little look. Rhonda sent some pictures of their craft room in today as well.
Look at this. It's so organised.
Really great.
Let me
And
come
there's
in close. Let me come in
so
close.
much storage in this one. Let's have a look at the next picture. You'll see it's a really big room, this one.
You could
Two
teach.
desks. Not
Rhonda
one
could
desk.
teach in there.
Two desks, Debbie.
Yeah, she could absolutely take classes.
Really good. More storage. What's in
Beautiful.
all of these here?
Oh my days.
Look at all of that.
That
Amazing.
is just brilliant.
And that's where all of her
Absolutely brilliant.
dyes are all organised in those compartments. But it's not all about having rooms. Sarah Brown sent us in a picture. She has got a table set up that she's working on at the moment.
Exactly.
She got up in the middle of the night to take this photo in Melbourne. It's about, I think it's about 2 a.m. In Melbourne at the moment. So she got up. She's got a whole desk area set up there, all of her machines.
You
It looks like a
see?
really cool setup.
Exactly. It doesn't matter where you craft. If you've got a crafty space, this is perfect for you. And I love that as well.
Alicia
Sarah.
calls her area the craft factory, which is this one here. That's one
wow.
side of it, and that's the other side. Check out the other side, Debbie. Look how much stuff is in there. That's amazing. This is the other side again.
What?
It's a treasure trove, isn't it, of crafty goodies
goodness.
there in those craft spaces.
Oh my
It
God,
really
that's
is.
amazing.
I can see Cricut machines, Gemini machines. What's all that on the wall? Are they gift bags on the wall? That's amazing. Absolutely incredible. So lovely getting a glimpse into everyone's craft spaces today. It really, really is. I want to share with you a couple of other items then that I think you might want to go for. Let's start with a glitter card first, just to give you an idea of this. I mean, it's such a gorgeous colour. You're going to get, just love how shiny it is. It's absolutely, well, you've got, just poking out my belly there more than the card. Let me bring that in for you. You've got that really lovely glitter. So you're going to get it in that gorgeous green. You've got it here as well. This blue is absolutely stunning. Really wonderful. It's almost like a sort of French Navy style blue. I love it. You'll also get it in the ivory. You're going to get 10 sheets of each of these. Pale silver, Christmas red, and also the baby blue, all coming in there for you. $18.99 or $26.99 if you want to go for those. Now we also have got some quick dry ink pads on the show too, which are going to be brilliant to use with the products we've shown you so far today. So in here you're going to get baby blue. Baby blue, which is that one there. You've got crushed velvet, the Chinese red. This one here is seal brown. Then you've got pine tree. and you'll also get smoked emerald in there too. $27.99 or $41.99, a brilliant saving for you, saving over 20%, which is awesome. Now, a lot of you still chatting away as well in the comments. A lot of love for that last card of yours. Carlette says, lovely card. Adriana saying, beautiful card as well. Super handsome, sexy Joe. Beth says, I'd like I could use a naughty elf dance from you. I'm not sure I'm up to naughty elf dancing today. I mean, it's day one. Easing myself in. Sunday, I reckon Sunday I could be up for elf dancing, or maybe Monday, who knows. Let's have a little look at the bonanza bags that we've got on the show. Let's start with the embossing one, actually. So let's kick off with this one just here. So that's your embossing one. I whiz through these. Brilliant deal, this, because you're getting what, almost £60 or $70 worth of products for £20 or dollars. That's got a lovely cut and embossing folder, cut and emboss folder, another cut and emboss folder there with the stars, and the stars you could use for Christmas, but all year round. You've got that little stitching detail around the stars. These are embossing folders, but they're split, so you've got like a runner and then a square, which is quite nice, gives you ultimate options. You've got an embossing folder with 2 stencils just there as well, a 3D embossing folder at that. And we've also got one of our cut and emboss folders from Vintage Christmas. So some of our big collection still in there too. Next one we got will be the stamp collection, which is this one just here. And again, brilliant value across all of these. £51 or $65 down to £20 or dollars. Layering stamps in here, so these are excellent. You've got a sort of solid silhouette stamp and then another solid silhouette stamp which sits over the top. So it gives you a really lovely sort of scene. This one here is brilliant. Some of our little Christmas sayings in there. They make great tags, those ones in particular. Something from Watercolour Christmas, some really cute characters in there. You're going to love using your colouring mediums with those. We've got sentiments here from 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. One of our brush lettering collection there too, season's greetings. There's lots of different ways you can put those together. And then we've got a couple of really lovely sort of textured layering stamps that you've got. There's loads in these, and if you really love to build up your layers, get inky, get those backgrounds coloured, then those will both help you achieve that. £16 or dollars if you're a platinum member. These are brilliant, brilliant value. Next up, we have got stamps and dies in this one of our bonanza bags, as you can see here. So loads in this one for you. So we've got our gift card holder, which is that one there, which is your Christmas stocking. So if you like to use or gift cards at Christmas, what a brilliant way to make them a little bit more exciting. Something from 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. We've got the Santa sleigh and the reindeer. Can really play around with them, build them up, create a real scene there. Something I love to create often. This one here is your aperture stamp and die that you've got just there. It's going to cut your aperture. You stamp over the top, leave it, either colour it or leave it as is. You don't really need to add colour necessarily. You've got the option to. Then this one is one of our lovely cut-in dies. It cuts that beautiful Christmas tree detailing with all of the foliage and the leaves. And then you've got sentiments in there, which you can stamp onto it. A wreath is fantastic. Snip into these. I'll just make flourishes and corners out of them, or have them as a background layer behind something like a sentiment that we've launched today. And then you've also got your peace and joy there on these cute little removable elements that you can use. They are absolutely fantastic. They make great little bookmarks, those ones there in particular. £65 or $77 worth of value. £16 or dollars if you're a platinum member today. Craft rooms are all beautiful, says Alicia. Pam says, wow, I've got craft room envy. Anita saying how amazing they are. Melanie also commenting as well. Fred saying, I need to win the lottery and build a craft house. Now that would be a great idea. Absolutely, it would. Right, do you think we've got time to squeeze one more demo in, Debbie?
I've got my eyes set on 2, but
two demos? In 20 minutes? You having a laugh?
Are you having a laugh? I didn't realise it's time. I've just been enjoying myself. I've been having a time of my life. I was going to use, because I have got a Let It Snow shaker card, and I thought I might be able to get that done. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to that exclusive one that we have here at Crafters TV, which is the Happy Holidays. So because you won't be able to find this anywhere else. So yes, I'm going to go in there. Now, before I actually put this one on, I'm going to do my background, because this is going to be a feature on a box. And I want to create my holidays first. So I'm going to pop my holidays underneath, and I'm just going to pretend visually when I'm placing this. I'm going to use my die as a little bit of well, I would do, but the magnets are trying to bring it in because I want to place my holidays in the right place. So I'm going to go, yeah, about there. That'll do. So this is all about placement when it comes to this. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to use, because I'm using craft card, I'm going to use Seal Brown Quick Dry. I'm using my magnetic one as well because I want to get it in the right place. So I'm going to use the Seal Brown, and I'm putting the holidays down first. Drop that down and you've got that lovely holidays. That's all it takes, as simple as that, as easy as that. And then I'm just going to wipe that up. Now then, I'm going to move that across because I'm going to add now the sentiment to it. So let's move that to one side, bring back in that die, bring back in my mini machine. I've got my cardstock ready. Let's run that through. Yeah, there we go. Platform. Pop that in. And again, this time I'm going to make a lovely box because I've said tags, boxes, cards. Maybe in your, your scrapbook layouts, you might use these. Think of all the ways that these sentiments are going to work for you. Maybe you've done a beautiful card with another collection and you think, how can I just add something to it? And this is the set that you're going to reach to time and time and time again. So again, I'm going to bring in my stamping mats. Pop that onto there. Bring in my small one. I'll switch this up to my small one. These are lovely, our stamping platforms, can I tell you, because it's got the spring-loaded legs to them, so it makes it really easy when it comes to stamping. And I'm going to, again, let's do a quick dry. We'll go straight in there with the quick dry. And we're going to turn that now, line that up. I'm going to line it up and I'm just going to go with a headshot again, so apologies. Thank God I've had my roots done. And then I'm going to go down, straight in there. And get that first time because I've not used my magnetic one for this one. So again, just take that off and you've got that perfect.
Really lovely, clean, clear stamp, isn't it?
Clear, yeah, clear, concise, does what it, well, it does
and
exactly
really
what
legible.
I
I know that sounds ridiculous sometimes when we say that, Debbie. How many stamps do you see out there on the market and you think, well, that's a lovely stamp, but I've got not a clue what that says? Do you ever get that?
I totally
With
get
ours,
that.
They're
Looks
always
beautiful,
legible.
But I've no idea what it says.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this is not those. These are clear, they're concise, lovely font, and fancy, because they've got that lovely fancy swirl on top as well. So that's my sentiment done. So let's push that to one side. Let's move that across there. Bringing this back in, I'm going to lift it again, because I think when you lift it, it gives it a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to use my foam pads onto the back. Let's pop one of those just on there, one on that end, and then take off the backing and stick that on to the top part. Now this is the top part that's going to sit on my belly band of my box. So we're going to decorate my box together in a second. I'm just going to pop that across like so, because I'm going to have a little feature here. So I'm going to move it across to this side. Of course, you've always got to have a gem. I mean, you've got to have them. It's just got to be done. So I'm just going to pop a couple of little gems on there. And I say a couple. Let's just spread those. 1, 2. We'll have a couple down the other side as well. Match those up. Let's put. Oh, come on! Don't fail me now. We're near end. We're near end. There we go. Pop that on.
Terry says, thanks for showing my craft room. Yes, Debbie, I did paint the mural on the wall, and you're welcome to visit me in South Carolina any time.
On that first plane out.
Right.
I think I'm going to have to do like a tour of America is what I'm going to have to do to come and see all our lovely crafting community.
It's not, I mean, it's, the
do you want to come
problem
with me, Joe?
I'd love to. It's not small places, the problem, isn't it?
That's the problem,
It's going to take us we'll need a good 6 months off work, I think, to complete it.
I don't think that's going to be doable.
Not sure we'll
I'm not
get
going to
that,
lie.
no.
This is why we need to take Crafter's Companion on tour. That's what I'm going to say. Now, I've used one of my... I found this actually the other day. Do you remember the poinsettia from the vintage collection? Vintage Christmas, weren't it? The poinsettia? Yeah?
Yes, indeed.
Was it last year or the year before? I'm trying to remember. But I tell you, this is the thing. Our Christmas collections are timeless. They are absolutely timeless. And I just made this up because I've just wanted it to be a little bit of a feature on top of my Happy Holidays. And that now can sit now on top of my box. And I say sit on top of my box, it could actually be a tag. I could use the tag punch and create a nice little tag with that. But it's going to sit on to my box. Now, silly old me. Oh, that's why I did it. I started with the same piece. Just instead of So this morning I showed you how to make a box and make the dimensional box. Start with the same pieces, 2 pieces of cardstock. This is A3 Centura Pearl, cut 12 inches by 8 inches and scored 2 inches all the way around. This is my base, which is we're popping together in a minute. And then to create the same, it was exactly the same pieces of cardstock. Do you know I trimmed off like an inch last time? I've just trimmed off half an inch around the edge. So it was the same style, but just that little bit different. And this time, I'm going to just pop it onto the top. This morning, I did it on the bottom part of the base. But I've actually got all my pieces all ready, and this is the vintage Christmas, yes, from the vintage Christmas. Oh no, this is Santa's kitchen. No.
Santa's
Do you remember
kitchen.
Santa's
Now that's a blast from the past.
That
Debbie.
was, yeah, I was just thinking. Then I'm thinking, no, Debbie, this was your Santa's kitchen paper. Yes, the vintage Christmas was my poinsettia. I was getting carried away with myself then. But yeah, you might still have got some of those. I bet Christine still
I
got
love
some.
this paper pad. It was one of my favourite Christmas ones in recent years.
Yeah, and it works beautifully with the craft card. So that's why I've chosen craft cards in matte and layers, because the colours that are in there mirror craft card. And I just think it's absolutely beautiful.
Great point, that, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we're talking about Christmas card making, we talked about Christmas cards. Now we're doing our Christmas boxes, our gift boxes. I make a lot of, honestly, I make a ton of gift boxes. I'm just going to use that around my belly band, so I'll get my glue on there ready. I do it with birthdays, Christmases, any occasion, weddings. You know, I make boxes all the time. I love construction and I love boxes, and I love making them to match your projects. What I also like now is my matching sentiments, and that's what I've got with this collection. Matching sentiments that go with it as well. So let's pop that in and then stick our base, sorry, our, not the base, this is the lid. I'm going to stick the lid together. Now, when you are constructing your boxes, think about what you're popping in there. So if it's something lightweight, you probably could get away with your wet glue and your tape pens and things like that. But if it's something really heavy, then I would recommend one of our red liner tapes, double-sided adhesive, which I think is like super strong and almost indestructible, not going to lie. Now, I'm going to just pop that onto the top of my box so you can see the box lids match all the way around. And I'm going to, again, let's use our tape pen. These are, I call it tape pen, but it's like super strong adhesive, this one as well. A double-sided adhesive on a pen or a mouse, whichever way you want to call it. Let's pop that into the centre. Quite happy with that. And then I'll put his base together. And then we'll get our belly button. Belly band, that's the word I'm looking for. Belly band around there, and I'll show you how you can construct that as well. So I'm just sticking all these bits together. And this is my base popping in now. I don't think I'm going to get my second demo done, am I? I'll have to save that for another time.
Well, maybe we could do it in the later show. Because I'm sure, I reckon if we twisted Johnny's arm a little bit, he might let us spend a little bit of time on these in the later show tonight. What do you think?
Could do. You never know, yeah.
As long as you'll come back and watch. And I'll tell you what, if you do come back and watch, I'll do you a favour as well. Me and Debbie will do you a favour, won't we, Debbie, and give you a sneak peek of those paper pads. If you're good. If you're going to play up, then we won't get a look.
I'll let you make that executive decision. I'm not getting involved. Now, I've got this lovely little, it's not all the way down. It gives that little bit of dimension. It also makes it very easy for your recipient to get the box off as well. So that's how you do that. Now, the belly band is exactly the same piece. It's 12 inches. This time, though, I've measured it to 3 inches. And rather than trying to score it, this is how I do mine. And I'll do it from the bottom upwards. So let's do it this way. I put my score lines in afterwards, Joe. I just measure it and pop that around, because I'm not going to worry about this gap, because I'm going to cover it up with...
Perfect.
Yeah, you see, method behind me madness. But then I can put my score lines in, and you can do your makeshift score lines. We can try this out before we actually put the finishing ones in, just to make sure. Of course, you could be precise, and then you could go around and start doing all the measurements, but I don't want to do that, Joe, because time is of the essence now. Where do 2 hours go
Flies
when we
by, doesn't it?
bring these shows? Seriously, where does it go? In my opinion, they fly by.
Yeah, well, today the shows have really whizzed by, Debbie.
They have, yes, they have indeed. I'll not repeat what Johnny said then. No, it just felt like a very busy day yesterday, and I was going to say it flew by for me because we had a very full day. We had visible imaging yesterday.
You had the visible image, of course, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm just thinking. Do you know their lovely Christmas collection? If you've gone for it, these dies will work beautifully and stamps with those as well. They look lovely. Yeah.
They always bring us the loveliest stuff, don't they, visible image?
All the time. Absolutely, all the time. Mark Ellen as well, two of the nicest people you could ever wish to meet. And they are fabulous, the pair of them. So, I'm going to pop that on there, wrap that around. Now, before I actually do anything, I want to make sure it's got a bit of slidey movement. So, by that, I'm just giving it a little bit of a slide back and forth, just to make sure it's going to move for me. I don't want it to be too tight. If I've got too tight, I can't shift it nowhere. It's not going to slide off. So, and I want to make sure it slides off easily. So, just make sure that that's got a little bit of wiggle movement, shall we call it, Joe? A bit of wiggle movement.
Yeah, bit of wiggle.
A wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. So I'm just going to pop that on now and place that onto the top. Just make sure that's all secure. And then I've got my little belly band wrapped around my box. And you can see, look at that now. Slides off nice and neatly as well. And it's not going to fall to bits. And then I'm just going to decorate with my two little panels so it brings it all in line with the box. Let's pop my two little panels on there. And one on the other side. Of course, I could put one on the bottom, but, whoops, hang on a minute, close call. Thank God I'd not secured that down. There we go. And there you are. You've got yourself a beautiful little box with a belly band with our lovely sentiment on there. Slide.
I think that might be the winner, Debbie. But has anyone wanted to find out?
Oh,
we're going to have to do the vote, aren't we?
I forgot about that.
I'll quickly recap what is included in this bundle for you. Then, amazing these because they're a brilliant size, which is fantastic. So wonderful. If you want to add multiples on there, of course you can. But if you just want to add the one, absolutely you're able to do that, which is brilliant. So you've got in here Happy Holidays, which is the one where you is your exclusive one to us here at Crafters TV. You've got Merry Christmas in here, Let It Snow, along with your Jingle All the Way and Believe in the Magic. Now, getting them all together is brilliant because it's a 20% saver. You're getting one for free, essentially, when you do that. And that is what everyone is doing almost. Any two of these for £11 or $15 if you did want to get them in that configuration. $27.96 or $35.80, I think is great value when you consider the amount of different projects and collections you're going to be able to add these onto. $22.37 or $28.64 if you are a Platinum member. Right there, let's do that card of the show, Debbie.
Right, so where we started, back at the beginning, number one. So we're going to start with number one, which is that lovely Merry Christmas sentiment. So that's number one. Number two, I think, if I believe rightly, was the Jingle Jingle. Number two. Number three is the Interlace. And then number four, we've just seen it with our lovely belly band, number four. So that's four.
Fabulous.
That's three, that's two, and that's one. You decide.
You choose. It's up to you. Loads of love coming in for that last demo there, Debbie. Rosalind says, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Sarah Brown says, another beautiful demo. Carletta loved it, as did Stephanie. Fred says, lovely. Miriam loved the box, as did Carol, Rhonda, Adriana. Loads and loads of love coming in. Lots of you have loved this collection as well, the collection of glitter card that we've got available for you on the show. It's a really lovely quality glitter card that you've got. It's a 60 sheet collection, which is excellent. So you've got your in that gorgeous blue. I think, is this the Christmas green, Johnny, you're getting in here? It's Christmas green. The ivory. You're also going to get it in the pale silver, the Christmas red, And you've also got it in the baby blue there too. $18.99 and $26.99, that's a 20% saving, which is awesome. Your platinum price there, as you can see, $15.19 or $21.59. We have also got for you, again, kind of the deal of the day, these for me, I think. They are absolutely outstanding value for money because they should be £20 each. So you've got £120 worth of dies here for $41.97. They're going to offer you so much too. They're like sort of, you know, creative cards and edibles are the sort of two biggest types of dies that we bring to you. These are a really cool hybrid of the both with that interlace technology, meaning you're going to get that deeper cut, which is going to give you extra dimension, which is wonderful. So you've got the lovely Christmas tree in there. We then have festive bells, which is this one here. So all of your sort of favourite themes of Christmas are covered across the 6 that you're getting. A sweet candy cane is this one. We then have elegant baubles. And here we have the beautiful wreath for you too. $33.58 or $38.55 as a platinum member is really unbelievable value. Debbie, we have got a fabulous masterclass coming up, haven't we? A little bit later, in a couple of hours' time.
We have indeed.
Bit of a different theme, really, than what we're used to. What can we expect from that show?
So it's all multimedia dyes, isn't it? So it's all about the multimedia. And when I say multimedia, I'm talking of dyes that you would normally associate maybe with soft crafts. I'm also talking about dyes that we've specifically done for papercraft in terms of jigsaw dyes. But there's so many things you can do with multimedia dyes. And I'm going to try and show you. I've got a plethora of different things under here for later on. So you make sure you come back and join us for that show.
Brilliant.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, make sure you come back and join us for that. We'll start the weekend in style with there's lots of great deals there available in that show too. If you're not joining us for that, then there's another brilliant day tomorrow. Myself and Jan will be here with you all day. We'll have Play Your Crafts Right first off. Of course, 11 a.m. here in the UK, 6 a.m. East Coast. We've got a brilliant craft along for you. I know one that you've all been waiting for is the Sunflower Collection Craft Along. So that's at 2 p.m. in the UK, 9 a.m. East Coast. Then we've got a craft house with a slightly different theme. It is a Sarah signature Christmas themed craft house. So that'll definitely be worth joining us for as well. Demo of the show goes to number 1, Debbie.
Oh,
Surprise,
well, there
surprise.
you go. That's lovely, thank you very much. Let me just tell you though, these dyes are a must-have in any of your crafters' lives. So they are sentiments. At the end of the day, it's a sentiment that you're going to add to things like collections that you already own. This is last year's winter flowers, winter white that flew, that absolutely flew. This would work across any. It would work across with this year's collections, like the Frosty and Bright, like the Vintage Snowman, any of the collections. Those lovely visible image stamps yesterday, our dyes are going to work beautifully because it's the finishing touch, it's the sentiment. It's the sentiment that you need to add on to gift tags, cards, scrapbook layouts if you want to, bags, gift boxes, whatever it is that you want to do. At the end of the day, they're a stamp. They go on so many different things. They really are a must-have crafty essential. And as you've seen, older collections they work with beautifully. And I say old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah. And
timeless pieces that we
they're really
have.
great value as well. They're not going to
Absolutely,
break
yeah.
the bank. We've given you a great
Absolutely.
discount as well on that launch price too, which is absolutely amazing. Right, Debbie, it was
Yes.
an absolute pleasure as
Thank you very
always.
much.
I'll see you back here in a couple of hours.
You will do indeed.
I'll see you back here in a couple of hours as well. Take care.